In 2025, throwing hard and having an off-speed option that looks like a wiffle ball is a non-negotiable. Let's meet the next generation of pitchers who will have your jaw on the ground this upcoming season. Rhett Lowder. Lowder is still stuck in my head for what he did in his third and final year at Wake Forest, and the sharp progression line we saw from him year over year. But he also looked like one of the most polished draft picks when he made his debut in the bigs last season. The 2023 number 7 overall pick had a rough freshman year as a Demon Deacon, barely cracking the weekend rotation and getting hit around enough to post a 6.12 earned run average. Yikes. His sophomore year was much better, as he ranked second in NCAA Division I with 11 victories and brought that ERA down to the low threes. Oh, and he was named ACC Pitcher of the Year while he was at it. Then, Rhett had one of the nastiest seasons we've ever seen in college baseball. The man with the luscious locks went 14-0 with a 1.87 ERA. Lowder had set single-season records in both wins and strikeouts that year for the Demon Deacons. And then, much like Paul Skeens, it took Lowder all of a year to make his way up to the bigs. And the man has been nothing short of remarkable since. Like, 4 earned runs allowed in 30 innings for the Cincinnati Reds. Remarkable. It's 4-seam fastball, 2-seam, changeup, and slider. And in a day and age where velocity reigns supreme, Rhett is someone who's going to pick apart hitters and rely on that command. Don't sleep on the fastball, though. It touches 96 to 97. What this guy did last year had my jaw on the ground, and how he has progressed seemingly exponentially year over year should have Reds fans thrilled for 2025. Chase Dollander is next. The Rockies have needed pitching for a while. That is public information. Playing in the Mile High City makes their pitching staff more prone than any to give up the home run ball. I get that, but that strikeout to walk ratio, you know. Chase Dollander is Colorado's leading candidate to go in and fix that. He was selected just 2 picks after Rhett Lowder at number 9 in the 2023 draft, and the Rockies' top pitching prospect has made his way up to Double-A with the Hartford Yard Goats. Dollander has a 70-grade fastball, and his strikeout per 9 rate of 12.9 would support that claim. He's been blowing guys away. After that, it's a slider for his secondary offering, changeup, and finally a curveball to round out the 4-pitch mix of Chase Dollander. This guy is smooth, he's athletic, he moves comfortably, and can repeat that motion seemingly effortlessly. And while he's technically 2 steps away from the majors, the upside's there, and Colorado is in desperate need of some pitching help. I've said this in past videos, would not doubt it if he dons the purple and white at some point in 2025. Noah Schultz is up next. Remember when we said the Rockies could use help in the pitching department? Well, the White Sox could use help quite literally everywhere after posting a 41 and 121 record just this past season. Whether it's Chris Sale, Mark Burley, Garrett Crochet, or now Noah Schultz, the White Sox have a knack for having funky, dominant lefties rise up through their pipeline. I should also mention Hagen Smith falls into that category as a top 100 prospect in the White Sox system as well. Schultz is 6'10". That's right, 6'10" and powerful. The 2022 draft pick was actually supposed to play baseball at Vanderbilt before Chicago scooped him up late in the first round and pushed $2.8 million his way. Yeah, I can't blame you, Noah, for changing course there. The hometown kid from Aurora, Illinois is known for his strikeout stuff and made it as high as Double-A Birmingham last season while recording a sub 1.50 earned run average over the course of 60 innings. As you can see on video, Schultz has that lengthy stature and drops it down to about a 3/4 arm slot to add a little funk to his delivery. Despite only getting up to Double-A, Schultz is a non-roster invitee for the Sox this year, so keep an eye out for him in spring training. Bubba Chandler's up next. Look, anytime somebody gets high praise from the Paul Skeens, that's usually a good sign. That's right, the Pirates ace gave a prospect with ace-caliber stuff his props earlier this year, saying he's excited to see what Bubba accomplishes. The upper 90s fastball jumps off the page immediately, and Chandler did make it all the way up to Triple-A Indianapolis last season. But it was during his time at Double-A Altoona with the curve where he logged his standout performance of his 2024 campaign. 7 innings of shutout ball with just 2 hits allowed, a single walk, and 10 strikeouts for Bubba Chandler. Another reason that Chandler brings so much excitement is the mere thought of what that Pirates rotation could look like with him in it. Paul Skeens, Jared Jones, Mitch Keller, and then this guy. Sign me up. The one thing to monitor with Chandler is the forearm soreness he experienced in the later phases of last year. Pittsburgh did a superb job of mitigating Skeens' workload on his way up through the minors. If Chandler starts 2025 out in AAA Indianapolis, I would imagine the team over there keeping a close eye on his innings leading up to his eventual call-up. Andrew Painter is up next. What a name, by the way, for a pitcher. It's comeback story time, too. This guy went 2 years without throwing in a game, and it seems like he hasn't missed a beat. Like Schultz, Painter also has the intimidation factor going. While he might look like Kevin Hart compared to Noah Schultz, 6'7" at 225 pounds is enough to intimidate a hitter at just about any level. In 2022, he was tabbed the Minor League Pitcher of the Year by Just Baseball, and this ridiculous stat line shows why. Then the UCL tear and the eventual Tommy John surgery sidelined Painter for a while. He made his return in the 2024 Arizona Fall League just a few months ago and picked up right where he left off. And now let's just dissect his game a little bit. Right away, look at the repeatable motion. Typically, when these guys have towering presences like Painter, who is 6'7", it gets a little hard to control and repeat that same motion. Not for Andrew Painter. The fastball approaches triple digits. On top of that, this guy is calm, cool, and collected in some of the most high leverage situations you could scheme up. As someone who rises to the occasion and seems to be back to his old self after the TJ surgery, I cannot wait to see what Painter brings to the table with the Phillies in 2025. Jackson Jobe is up next. The Tigers just enjoyed their first winning season since 2016, and most of that was before they called up one of the best pitching prospects in the league last year. His fastball is his primary pitch, like pretty much everybody else, but the 70-grade slider is a huge reason that Jackson Jobe is where he is today. Jobe's sharp break on his secondary pitch serves as a wipeout offering. Across 4 innings of work in the bigs last season, Jobe was spotless, no runs allowed, and much like how Bubba Chandler being in the Pirates rotation has many chomping at the bit, mixing Jobe in with arguably the best pitcher in baseball in Tariq Skubal could make for a lethal combo. The Tigers are already a playoff team. Now what happens if they hit on another prospect? And we're rounding it out with Roki Sasaki, MLB's #1 pitching and #1 overall prospect. We had a whole video dedicated to him that I suggest you check out, so I'm not going to get too into depth here, but here's what you need to know about Roki. This guy is about as can't miss as they come. He is the #1 prospect in baseball and comes from an accolade-filled career playing in NPB. Sasaki's fastball velocity can be put up there with anybody's in MLB right now. He once went on a stretch where he threw 17 straight innings of perfect baseball, no base runners. And you know how Paul Skeens has the splinker? Everyone's declaring that as the best pitch in baseball right now. Well, this Roki Sasaki splitter could rival it as the premier pitch in the game in 2025. It bites down hard, and his tunneling makes it nearly impossible for hitters to identify the pitch in time. Good luck hitting that. Now I'm curious, which of these pitching prospects do you see having the best career if we fast forward 20 years down the road? Make sure you comment your guess for me, like and subscribe if you enjoy minor league baseball, and we'll catch you in the next video.